Hey guys, welcome to Getting Over with Benefati. I wasn't play only up. I wasn't play only up, but
Oh, no.
oh my god. I was going to play only up, but this is like the better, superior game, so we're playing this because they said so. Simple as that. Oh, let's go. Fun. Bro, this game is so fucking easy. Oh shit. Oh, oh. Oh. Look at that. Look at that. Pro strat. Look. Oh shit. Every move I make is very like concise. Yeah. I've been like practicing this for like years actually. Like I've only played this game non-stop for like a couple months. Like I even like lost my job just because I've only been playing this for weeks on end. I've been unemployed currently. Right now I'm just like inside of Starbucks recording this and uploading it. Hello? Hello? Please? You know, sometimes you need to get a fresh start, you know, that's what I like to do. I like to like get a full reset, you know, just because it gets too easy sometimes. You know, I just like keeping momentum and like to keep it going, you know. This game's super easy. Like, I play like harder games than this than like, yeah, I can't think about any hard games off the top of my head, but there's a lot of hard ones. Like Peggle 2, that one's pretty fucking hard. Peggle 2 takes like a lot of talent and skill. This game's actually not difficult whatsoever.
The soul would have no rainbow had the eyes no tears. John Vance Cheney.
I actually like want to restart real quick, you know. I just don't. I just don't like being slow, you know. I just feel like if a game isn't challenging and it's not rewarding, then like, what's the point? What's the point of playing an easy game? There's no fun in that. Like, if you want to play easy games like Pokemon and stuff like that, like, go ahead, be my guest, but it's just not my cup of tea. I prefer my gameplay, like, meaning something. Like, it's kind of ironic to me for me to say this, like, that I like challenging games while I'm playing, like, one of the easiest games ever.
Oh, no.
The pain I feel now is the
Like,
happiness
I
I
just feel
had
like going back
before.
here, you know, I want
That's
to
the
restart, you
deal.
know, keep my momentum
C.S.
going from
Lewis.
this point forward. A little simple, you know. Genuinely a super easy game. Like how ironic it is that they marketed the game as being difficult and like YouTubers like raging about it when it's actually just like a super chill, like super easy game. It's like playing The Sims or something. I feel like The Sims is more challenging because I can't figure out how to like put stuff down. I just wanna be back here, you know. I feel like I can get a better swing off this, you know, a little more momentum. See, now we're really just cruising, easy game, GG's. It's like I love that I can
I
play this
feel
game with
within
only my
me a
mouse.
peace above all earthly dignities.
Really makes it
A
really fun
still
and like super
quiet
easy. Like right now
conscience.
I'm eating like a
My
bowl of cereal right
inducement.
now. while I'm playing this, which is like super fire. But, like it doesn't really take much attention. I'm like eating a bowl of cereal and filing my taxes as we speak, which is like not even like nothing crazy, no, nothing nuanced. This game's about as difficult as doing long division, which isn't difficult at all, by the way. I had a harder time putting on my
If
socks
you need to
this
take a
morning.
break, it's okay. I've saved your progress.
Game's like super like
Oh,
You cannot now believe that you will ever feel better.
I just felt like
This is not
restarting that, you
true.
know.
You're sure to be happy again.
Being up there is like too dark, you
Knowing
know, I need a
this,
little bit more
truly
brightness.
believing it, will make you less miserable now. Abraham Lincoln.
whoop, no. Oh. Whoop.
I think like Dark Souls actually based, like Dark Souls Kojima, I mean FromSoft, actually like developed their game off this game. You know, people would be like, oh, this is the Dark Souls of Castlevania, it's the Dark Souls of something. No, it's actually like getting over it of everything else, even though it's actually really easy, so. I DJ play some super chill music, some super chill like mellow music, cause the game's like super relaxing and like pretty like lo-fi beats, you know. Like I'm actually studying for my midterm as I'm like recording this. That's not what I wanted. Nope, not that music. Nope. Nope. Copyright, baby. Okay, we're back into it. We don't need that garbage music. We're only playing my music. Royalty free music, of course. Oh, it's like shouldn't take too long. It's like probably gonna be a one-parter, you know. Simple game, simple concept, super easy, you know. Like super chill. It's so easy. I can like start writing poetry or something. Start freestyling on like a random beat, you know. I'll be honest, I don't know how to rap. I think it's more difficult for me to write a song than it is for me to play this game. My bad, guys. I'm just currently coding while playing this game because, you know, super simple. Takes like no brain power. Like one of the most basic games out there. The game's like super chill, bro. Like I know it looks like I'm struggling, but I'm just pretending, you know. I want people to not feel bad about how good I am at games. I'm just like naturally gifted, actually. I was just born with this knack at being good at video games. And I just really love like mastering mechanics and like getting good at certain techniques. I've had like harder times learning combos in like MK11. It's like a point and click adventure game, except I don't have to click. I just have to point. And point and click adventure games actually have like some certain stuff like difficulty to them. This game's actually like super relaxing. It's like super easy actually. Like it's like making me inspired. Like I don't know, create some art or like write some poetry. You know, write a book, write a novel. It's really helping me clear my head. You know. It's like this game's like super brainless. I don't have to.
You can hit the escape key if you need to change the mouse.
I don't have to
sensitivity.
think or anything. I can just like do my thing and just kind of like
Do not stand at my
let
grave
my
and cry.
my body take over.
I am not
you know?
there. I did not die.
Very like
Mary
low brain effort. I just kind of like get into a flow state and let like the game play itself almost. Super simple game. It's like a cookie clicker, you know, like the old Flash game. Like the old Flash games, you know. You just kind of do your thing. I'd like unironically start reading some philosophy books while I'm doing this, you know. To really like don't think about life. There's nothing crazy. You know, it's like a super easy game, simple mechanics, pretty consistent like gameplay, you know. Something really simple. Something really simple and satisfying about this game that I just really enjoy. I love like waking up in the mornings, you know, first thing I do is like I don't get on my phone. I don't read or anything, it's kinda dumb. I get up, turn on my computer, hop on this game. You know, it really helps me get my day going, you know. Just a wonderful way to start a morning, you know, really sets me for the day. Like some people meditate in the morning and like do yoga or some stuff, some shit like that. I just hop on this game, bro. Hop on this game, have the time of my life. My bad, guys. I'm just like checking on emails and like doing some other stuff, you know, in the background. Cause what can I say? This game's not very impressive for me. You know, no crazy mechanics, nothing too demanding of someone's psyche. I just feel like my brain operates on a whole other level that I'm just like too advanced for like these silly little rage games or like these quote unquote difficult games. I feel like none of that really applies to me, you know. I've just always been like a different type of person, you know. In school I was always like super naturally gifted at everything. I feel like that really translates into games. I don't know what it is, it's just stuff always comes easy to me. Like right now I'm just kinda like gliding through this game. Like super simple, mundane tasks. It's like breathing, it just kinda happens like manually. I don't really have to put much effort or thought into it. But I can just really do like it's second nature. It's like walking. I can't just forget how to walk. Same way I can't just forget how to be really
To
good
live
at this
is to
game.
suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Friedrich
I'm kind of getting tired of just being so naturally gifted at everything. It's kind of boring sometimes, you know. Like it sucks not being able to find a challenge every now and then. Maybe one day I should design a game so like I could maybe possibly develop something that's somewhat challenging for someone like me. Everything so far has been like super easy. I've played like Hollow Knight, super easy game. I've played like Darkest Dungeon, which is like a turn-based game where it's like freaking what's it called, RNG, and I still like end up winning all the time because I'm just naturally talented and gifted.
Life is a mosaic of pleasure and pain. Grief is an interval between two moments of
Played
joy.
Geometry Dash. Geometry Dash
Peace
super
is the
simple. It's
interlude
literally
between
one
two
button,
wars.
pressing it over and over
Have no
again.
rose without a thorn.
Easiest game
The
ever.
diligent picker will avoid
This
the
game's
figs and
like
gather the
probably
flower.
like
Satya Sai
Like,
Baba.
top 10 easiest games I've like played in my lifetime. I played a lot of games, man. I had an easier time doing the whole BO2 Origins Easter egg on my own.
Sorrow is my own yard, where the new grass flames
I
as it
actually had
has
like some
flamed often
difficulty in like a
before,
couple steps.
but not
Here's
with the
this
cold
swing
fire that
hammer and like
closes round me
get
this
higher.
year. William Carlos
It's actually like second nature to me. Like I've always, like my whole life I've been like holding a hammer like this guy. So this game's like a metaphor for like using hammers and shit. Like, you wake up every morning, you decide that you want to make progress, you know. And you do that, you know. Sometimes life's super easy. Like for me, life's super easy. I just set my mind to a goal and I attain it. Like it's nothing. Same with like making progress in this game. You know, I'm just throw myself back down here. You know, just to get like a fresh start, you know. Like I'm gonna start doing this blindfolded, just because like it's so easy, just traversing this part of the level. You know, but I think it's pretty decent game design. You know, I wish it just made it a little bit harder, a little bit more difficult. You know, I'm kind of like, just there's nothing rewarding about this game because it's like I just choose where I want to go and I get there and it's like there's not much else to it. There's not much more to be asked for from the game. Like I've had a more difficult time playing Roller Coaster Tycoon or something. That game actually takes like talent and skill. All this game is just kind of, you know, kind of like a game they threw together in a couple minutes. Nothing insane, you know. Like I appreciate their efforts for like trying to make something, you know. I never made a game, so I wouldn't know where to. I wouldn't even know where to start to do stuff like this, you know. Even though they say the game's like a bunch of random assets, I wouldn't know how to do it. You know, like I really appreciate their efforts for like at least attempting to make a difficult game, because like a lot of people say they can do stuff, but they just never do. So I don't know. I feel like this game really represents getting over hurdles in life. I don't know. I feel like the developers, Benefati, whoever made this game, was like just really like wanted to make an artistic like masterpiece. I think this serves better than like an art piece than it does like a difficult game, because like I don't see a difficult game in here. I just see like modern art personified as an indie developed game, you know. I feel like we're all basically indie developers trying to develop our story in the world. You know, some like real deep, meaningful stuff. Like something I feel like I'm a young philosopher or something. I feel like Aleister Crowley, but I didn't care about gold. I just cared about getting over it. I think my philosophy is just play games and be good at them. That's like all I know. I can't remember the last time I like struggled in a game. Like I said, it's always been like second nature.
Of all
Stuff
sad
like
words,
this is always
tongue
comes
or
easy to
pen,
me.
the saddest of these. It might have
Like, I think like I don't have an
John
adrenal gland because I've
Greenleaf
never like
again.
ever stressed or struggled in life. Life has always come very
If you
easy
try
to
to
me.
please audiences, uncritically accepting their tastes, it can only mean that you have no respect for them. Andrei Tarkovsky.
I feel like I'm always striving for a challenge, you know, like a challenge just never arises. Like I've searched endlessly, tirelessly for like quote unquote difficult games, you know, like I read forums all day, I go to like IGN reviews, I look up roguelites every other day, you know, trying to look for something that has some like actual difficulty or like rewarding system for being good at games. But nothing really seems to do it for me. Like it's always been quote unquote too easy for me. When like I wish I could struggle at games, but unfortunately that's just not the case. I can't seem to do something like that. I don't know, I've always liked that ability to be able to struggle at something. Which is like, you think like, oh, that's amazing, why are you complaining about not being able to struggle in games? Like if I was good at games, I'd love playing games. It's so fun because I can easily win every time and like beat the competition and just be the best of at whatever I'm doing. See, well that's like sort of true. It's also like bittersweet being like too good at something because it's like, what am I striving for if I'm already the best at like everything? Like not in a narcissistic way or anything, but I'm just like so good at games that it just kind of like defeats the whole purpose of even playing games. If I could have more fun flipping a coin and trying to guess which one is gonna land on. You know. Like, I feel like I've just never met a game that's been able to like challenge me.
The obstacles in sexy hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past a new obstacle was
But what
my
is this
fault
like
as a
dumbass
player
talking about,
rather
bro?
than
He's
as a
just
builder.
like speaking nonsense.
Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
Bro, get a load of this idiot. Talking about some wannabe dumb philosopher over here, bro. Okay guys, I'm the real philosopher. I'm like actually providing good sorry. Providing like good actual like meaningful, deep words, you know, words of wisdom that you should listen to. Cause like I feel like I've like lived like 1,000 lifetimes, you know. I figured out everything life has to offer. Like I said, you know, you could always like strive for a challenge. Even though, yeah, I have yet to find a challenge, like, given like a game or anything. I feel like it's a good idea to like always strive for better. Like if life is easy, then what's the point? And I feel like you always gotta challenge yourself to like search for more in life. You know, unfortunately for me though, I really can't find anything difficult to do. This is all so easy. But I know you guys could probably find some challenge. You know, you guys can probably like find easy enjoyment, like such a simple game, like I don't know, like checkers. You know, like you guys could like have a hard time playing checkers. Probably like some solitaire you'd find really difficult to play. Peggle 2 is definitely a challenging game for most. Not for me though, obviously, because given my whole like being a savant when it comes to playing video games, I don't really struggle with much. I feel like, I don't know, maybe one day I'll find something that's actually difficult and rewarding for me. As it is right now, I'm just kind of like, I'm just doing things to do things, you know? More of a, I've seen people do it, I want to give it a try to see if it's like any small amount of like difficulty, or maybe like I wake up every morning being like, maybe I have finally found a game that actually challenges me. But I'm sadly disappointed every single time I like load up these games. I'm like, oh, maybe this is the game that actually like gives me the challenge, you know. Just kind of disheartening, you know, opening up to games and just like them being as disappointing as the last game I just played. You know, everyone's saying like, oh, this game is difficult, oh, difficult controls, oh, you won't even want to play this game because it's so hard, oh, you'll
When you're building
struggle
a
for
video
like
game
years
world,
playing
you're
this
building
game,
with ideas.
you know,
And that
but
can
this
be
is,
like
I
working
think
with
it's all,
quickset cement.
it's all like
You mold
marketing
your
and
ideas into
stuff
a certain shape that
just
can
to
be
get
played
people to
with.
buy their games,
And in the
even
process
though,
of playing with them, they begin to
even
harden
though
and
there's like
set
nothing
until
difficult
they're
about
immutable,
them.
like rock. And at that point, you can't
I don't
change
know,
them,
that's probably just my take, it's
not
my
without
2
breaking
cents,
it into
you know.
pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
These like super easy games try to market themselves as oh challenging, difficult, oh the next Souls like, you know. I don't even think the Dark Souls franchise is difficult to say anything, bro. Like, I played like Dark Souls 3 like easily. I wore a blindfold and everything, you know, just because I wanted it to be somewhat rewarding, and it still was. Still boring game, super boring, super straightforward. I think I've had more of a challenge trying to watch paint dry. You know, I feel like mundane tasks adds way more mundane tasks like watching paint dry or like I don't know, you know, just super simple mundane tasks are like way more challenging and way more like demanding of brain power than games like this. These games are just like I don't know, like baby games, you know, like those like little leapfrog toys that like teach you the ABCs. These are like my ABCs. Just something that everyone has to do, you know. I just happen to do it really well. You know, like, I don't know. Like maybe, I don't know. Maybe you guys can like recommend some like actually difficult games in the comments, you know. But none of this like Jump King or like stuff like that, you know. Like I want like real difficult games. Not these like pseudo difficult games, fucking like IGN reviewed, oh most difficult game, blah blah blah. Oh this is the next Souls, the next Dark Souls. Nah, none of that stuff, bro. Like that stuff's just boring and like overplayed and oversaturated. Like you know, like I just wanna make a documentary of my life and how much of a challenge it's been to like actually find a challenge. Maybe my challenge has been like finding something to challenge me all along. Maybe that is my true challenge. My one real like purpose in life. The one thing I'm actually striving for. As it is right now, games aren't challenging. Nothing else is really challenging me. So like I try to challenge myself more by posing these like super philosophical, deep questions like is water wet? Speaking of water, you know, like the pot, you know, the pot dripping water. I think that's like a metaphor for like life and how like sometimes unexpected things happen. Like you piss yourself. You know, like you're giving a super fancy board meeting and then all of a sudden you start like leaking through your pants. It's like perfectly normal, you know, it happens to the best of us, happens to the worst of us. It's a simple like human thing that happens, you know, you can't really fight it, you can't prepare for it. You can like try to prevent it, but it will happen. Like at least every person in their lifetime pisses their pants in like a public setting. Like it's not their fault, you know, you're only human. You can only do so much to like get yourself ahead of the curve, you know, the competition. You know, it's kinda, I don't know. I just feel kinda like, you know, kind of bored because I can't like relate to people who like get frustrated and like have a difficult time with things. You know, I'm just kind of here. Like no matter what I do, it just comes naturally to me. It's like second nature. It's like I learned how to walk, and then everything else after that just came super easily. It's just like everything's like clockwork to me. Not much has like posed a challenge to me in the past like as long as I've been born, a couple like 2 decades now of like living. It's just amounted to not much else but like finding a challenge, failing to find a challenge, being more challenged in finding said challenge. Like, you know, and I wake up and it's just like super boring. What am I doing? I'm just looking for tomorrow's next big challenge when like none of it's challenging at all. Like this game, I'm already like basically done with it. You know, I had to load in, learn the controls, get really good. Simple as that. I play on the hardest difficulties every game. I like try to get all the achievements. I do all the challenges. I like give myself little challenges, try to be better at the game. It just like never works out because it's like super easy and like super easy and super boring. Like, what's the point of playing games if they're not gonna like be somewhat difficult at all? Yeah, just play difficult, like these simple, silly games to like pass time. I'm just looking for that next challenge, you know, that next what if moment. What
You've
if
done
this
this
is the
part
one that
before.
does it?
You know it's possible. Just do what you did the first time.
You know, it's like clockwork. You know, you kind of like clock in, do your job, get it over with. Nothing too complicated. Simple shit, you know. Like right now, not much is going through my brain. You know, I'm just thinking about like what I'm gonna eat for breakfast tomorrow. Like, you know, like good recipes I could make one day. You know, just like super like important stuff to me, not just like silly little games. Like as much as I like having.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Ice-T.
Okay, guys, fuck this. I'm done. I can't do this. Part 2, maybe. If you like watch this like 30-minute like nothing rant, I'm like super grateful. Y'all are pretty fire. But anyways, make sure to watch my videos on mute on your fridge. Fuck. Watch my videos on mute on your phone, on your iPad, on your fridge. Alright, later guys. Bye.